What do you do when you realise you've been making yourself smaller with just one little word? Today's guest, Lisa Schweighoffer, co-founded Boost Lab, the skincare brand going international by being authentically human in an industry obsessed with perfection. She's the boss who tests products on speedboats and says yes to whatever crazy, silly and fun campaign her team dreams up. But Lisa's fearless irreverence came from an unexpected place. For years, at dinner parties and social events, when asked what she did, she'd automatically respond with, "I'm just at home with the kids," or "I'm just a stay-at-home mum," until someone pointed out how that tiny word was shrinking her presence and apologising for her choices. I wanted to speak with Lisa because even though she is the co-founder of a successful international beauty brand, she's also deeply grounded and doesn't take herself too seriously. In this chat, I learned that Lisa has experienced some debilitating reproductive health issues and how the life she has lived has reminded her that you only have this one life, so you might as well make it fun. Today, we're talking about the serious business of not taking yourself too seriously and why removing one small word might unlock a confidence you didn't know you were hiding. And how removing one small word might unlock a confidence you didn't know you were hiding. Let's get to the podcast. So that's that angle. We've got another angle here. We're just going to chat. Cool. Okay, so I will do the bio after. Yep. We'll just start chatting now. Cool. Just going to clap. Hi, Lisa, and welcome to Big Stuff.
Thanks. Love it.
It's so nice to have you here on the big couch, on the big green couch.
Love it.
Actually here in person.
Mm-hmm. Much better.
It really is, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it is really nice. I need to encourage some more people to head on down to La Casa.
Beautiful.
We had a false start with our recording, which is perfect because I got to know you so much more in that first conversation.
Yeah.
And there's so much. I initially thought that I really just wanted to talk to you about this irreverent brand that you've built, this irreverence in your marketing with your brand and how you don't take yourself too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the conversation and all the conversations we had as our friendship has grown, understanding the choices that you've made throughout your life and your career and the partnership that you have with your husband is really quite remarkable, I think. Yeah. Really quite remarkable. So you stayed home with your 3 babies.
Yep.
How long were you at home for, and how was the experience for you seeing Craig going out and his career was really thriving?
Yeah. It's a really weird thing to look back on and not judge, but think about, because when you're in it, you're just doing it. And we'd been married, I think, for 4 or 5 years. We were quite young when we got married, and we both had fantastic careers and jobs, which we both loved. Then we wanted to start a family, and it was a lot different then as it is now. Childcare wasn't easy to get. My parents still both worked, and it was just, we had our first baby and kind of went, I'll go back to work part-time. I had my own merchandising business, so I did go back a little bit part-time, but not anything on a big scale. And then very quickly had another baby and 2 kids in childcare. That's almost impossible. I wasn't going to put that burden on my mother-in-law, who would have been happy to help out. It just became, I didn't love anything enough. I didn't love anything more than being at home with my kids and kind of supporting Craig as well. if I wanted to do anything, he would have been there 100% and supported me, whatever I wanted to do. But this was what I wanted to do. I loved it. And then he was offered a position in New Zealand, and he came home one day. I'll still remember, I think I was about 3 months pregnant with number 3. And yes, I had 3 under 4. Completely crazy, I know.
Wow.
Loved
it together. It looked like you pulled it all off.
Probably wasn't very together for a few years there. It was a little bit of chaos, which I loved the chaos too.
Sure.
I do miss the chaos sometimes. But he came home and said, I've been offered this job in New Zealand. And I went, let's go. I went, really? Yeah, let's go. We've got an 18-month-old, a 2.5-year-old, and I'm pregnant. And we just packed up our life and moved to another country. Like, it was an adventure. We'd never done the overseas experience after we left school or anything like that. We went straight into studying and working and all that sort of thing. So that was our big adventure. So being in another country where we don't know anyone, I've got 3 kids under 4, he's working crazy hours and traveling. It really just wasn't something in my head to even think about coming back to work.
You had no
or having a
time.
career.
Yeah.
And like I said, I loved what I was doing. There was always that I'll go back to do something when they go back to school or something like that. But yeah, it was just, I don't know, we're just living life.
When you left Australia and you moved to a new country and you've got, I mean, it's hard work having 3 small children, and you can be as positive and bouncy as, you know, but the days are long, as they say, the days are long.
Yeah.
You had no family network, no safety net, no, you know, how did you cope with your husband working such long hours and it all just being with you? It's not, the question isn't even about, you know, Craig not being there. It's, I know just even myself with my then husband working the hours that he was working, some days I would be like, this is hard.
Yeah, it is. It's hard, and it can be physically hard. It's mentally hard. Like, you're responsible for 3 little people.
Tyrants.
Yeah, ruling the roost. I did read a lot. Always read different things like biographies and that sort of stuff. Not so much self-help books, but books that like were motivational and things like that. I did go back and study online interior design because that was something that I loved, and that sort of got me in an adult headspace for a little while without like talking, I don't know, riding bikes and changing nappies and all that sort of stuff. So, and then I made some really good friends over there as well, which become your family. They really do. And we were all in the same position. We were all over there with our husbands working. All of us except for one were from Australia. And yeah, they're still some of my best friends today. So yeah,
awesome.
Very cool. We relied on each other because we were all in the same position with no family. So we became each other's family.
That's great.
Yeah.
How old are your kids now, just to give us a little bit of context?
30, 28 and 26. So yeah.
Big kids. You've got big kids now. Way less chaos or more grown-up chaos.
It's grown-up chaos. It's like, I love it. Like, my eldest son and his wife are coming for dinner tonight. So awesome. We sit around the table, have a good chat. So yeah, it's different. But yeah, we're lucky to still be involved in their lives, even though our daughter lives in London. Our other son lives in Melbourne. We're still very involved in each other's lives, and yeah, it's good. I talk to them more than once a week.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
good.
the dream, right? Is
Yeah.
it when your kids grow up that you all still like each other?
That's it. And we go on holidays together, and we actually like spending time together, which I love.
Beautiful. Yeah. That's it. Did you ever have moments of doubt around your choice of staying home? Because you ended up staying home like quite until they were quite older, is that right? Were they sort of more towards the end of primary?
Yeah, it was. Look, as soon as we came back to Australia, which was, I think, 2001. Yeah, 2001. Probably about 2 years after that, Craig started his first business. And that's when I always do stuff behind the scenes. So we'd get an office, and I'd fit out the office. I'd do...
You did your interior design. Absolutely.
Well, first a bit different to home, but yeah, still, like, I liked doing that sort of stuff. And I guess I sort of filled the gaps where we couldn't afford to put on someone full-time for a position because it was always a startup. I would do that. Like, I'd answer the phones, I'd send the invoices, all that sort of stuff, pay the bills. Yeah.
What was that first business?
Oh, my God, way back then it was a hand tool business called Redback Tools.
I was not expecting that.
No, you were not. You were not. God, I even had to think about that then. A guy Craig worked with had invented this hammer, and it had a patent on it, and it was fantastic. And
how good can a hammer be? What do you mean?
yeah, it had like a curve in it, so it went around pipes and things like that.
Okay.
And it had, it was great. And this guy had invented this product but didn't know what to do with it. And Craig had a background in metals and manufacturing and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, kind of the two of them went from there.
Craig is very entrepreneurial because that is not the business I thought you were going to say. So there have been a number of businesses over the years. Yep. Did you ever feel like you were being left behind, or did you ever feel like his career was growing and you were staying sort of not stuck, but sort of staying sort of in this? It's almost like a mum mode. A bubble.
Yeah.
The home bubble of mum mode. Did you ever feel that, you were stuck, or you were...
should have been doing something else? And
yeah.
I don't ever remember feeling like that. We've always worked and feel like we've been a team. It's never been you do this, I do this. It's always been, we've kind of just always done stuff together. It's not 50-50. It's some days he's 80 and I'm 20. Another day he's 20 and I'm 80. It's just, it just depends. And the busier he's at work, the more I do at home. If he's not as busy at work and I'm helping out there, then he does more at home. We've just always been like that, and we've always got on well that way. And it's not even something that we ever really talked about. It's just that happens naturally. Like, even for example, last night we got home at 6:30. We'd been in the office since about 8 o'clock. Crazy busy day. We get home, we had dinner, and I knew he still had 2 or so hours of emails and work and that to do. And I'm just like, just go and do it. I'll sort this shit out. Like, I'm not going to go, well, I cooked dinner, you've got to clean up. But we just don't do that. We never have. And he automatically got up and started cleaning up after dinner. I'm like, can you just go and finish your emails and I'll do this? And then we sort of, and a few other things, and then we're sort of ready to sit down and chill together. We just don't even talk about it. We just do it.
That's true partnership.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the fact that it happened really organically without much communication around it, I think that's a really beautiful sign of a healthy relationship. I can imagine there will be lots of listeners who are like, where do I get myself on a boat? That would be really great.
Yeah.
You have said something to me about when, like, during those years where you were the stay-at-home mum, you had to be quite mindful about when people would ask you what it was that you did, because there was a little word that would sometimes sneak in. Talk to me about how you answered the question about what you did throughout those years.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And it's something that I've taken through my life forever. And I can honestly to this day not remember where I heard this from, but I took it on board and I used it. And it's all about the attitude you have when you respond or reply to something. And we'd be in a social setting, but with people from work and things like, from Craig's work and things like that, executives and men and women and all that sort of thing, and it'd be like, oh, and Lisa, what do you do? And I very quickly got rid of the word just. It was never, I'm just at home with the kids, I'm just a stay-at-home mum. It was like, I'm at home with the kids, or I take care of the home. It was that getting rid of that word just changes so much. And no one is ever just anything. Never. I don't care what you're doing. You're not just.
Was that, when you've heard somebody say that, was that a light bulb moment for you because you realised that you had been doing it?
Absolutely. And I thought, and it was probably my mentality as well, like I'm just at home with the kids, or I just do this. I don't contribute in any other way. And then I kind of went, fuck, I do. Like, no.
Yeah.
And I got rid of that word and made that attitude that you have when you get rid of that word changes as well.
Which is really quite profound because it's a small 4-letter word. It's one syllable. It's really quite, it's a very unassuming word.
Yeah.
Did you notice how it felt going from I'm just a stay-at-home mum to I'm home with the kids?
Definitely. It's just, and it makes you look more confident and it makes you feel more confident. Like, this is what I have chosen to do. So why shouldn't I say that's what I do?
So how did you go from that feeling like less than of I'm just stayed home to like this simple like word switch? But how did you internally go from this place of feeling like you're less than to owning it?
Yeah. I don't think I ever really 100% felt that I was less than because of that. Like, it was my choice. And I want to say too, we were lucky enough to be able to make that choice. But in saying that, we also sacrificed a lot to make that choice. So there was no going out for breakfast. There was no going out for dinner.
No smashed apple.
No, sorry. No, I don't even think it existed back then, did it?
No, it's something that would have been too fancy.
Yeah, like it wasn't a coffee culture back then that you tried to, like, that you had to do. There were no holidays. There were no fancy clothes. There was nothing, like, that was all stripped back because we just couldn't afford to do that if I was at home and we're working on one income. So on one hand, yes, we were lucky enough that we could do that, but we also made sacrifices to be able to do that. So yeah, it's a bit of both. But yeah, I think it's just your attitude. You've got to have confidence in yourself and like owning what you do and not belittling it with a word like just, because I feel like that's what it does. You good?
Yeah.
Just checking. Just checking we're recording.
I just suddenly was like, oh my God.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording. I think that belittling of being the stay-at-home mum is, I mean, it's such hard work.
Yeah.
Firstly, it is such hard work. And I know that I have spoken to friends and clients who were super successful, super powerful, smashing it in their careers, and then this transition to something that you have such little control over. It's boring, it's mundane, but it's also, endless. It's all of these things. And I think it can be so easy to fall into this idea that you're not doing anything or you're not doing anything of great value when in actual fact, those early years, obviously there is no right way to do it.
Oh my God.
Like everybody has to make the choices for themselves, for their family, for even their goals and their dreams, so there is zero judgment here. I was just really interested in your story of staying home for maybe, was it around 10 years?
Yeah, probably
around 10 years. Really.
I know people that need to go back to work to keep themselves sane. 100%. And I think
that was me.
Yeah.
And I not so much go back to work, but I needed to do something because I was going insane.
And there's way too much judgment. It's like, I don't care if you work part-time and raise your kids part-time. I don't care. And you're always raising your kids full-time no matter what else you're doing.
Yeah.
So you're a full-time parent. I don't care if you don't work outside of the home. I don't care if you work 100 hours a week. I don't care if you work 20 hours a week. I don't care. And no one else should care either. That is your decision and what you choose to do. And you make it work. You make it work for yourself. You make it work for your family. And there just is way too much judgment out there.
Yeah. And I know that seeps through in people's decisions. And sometimes, I've had friends and colleagues who have gone back after 12 months and they desperately don't want to. They desperately want to stay home with their children. They feel like there is all of this judgment that they are doing that, but then there is this pressure after mat leave, whatever. I think that life is hard enough without thinking about what other people are thinking about your decisions.
Yeah. And some people don't have a choice. Like, they really don't. I 100% get that. But look, I think you're choosing what you don't change.
Yeah.
And if you've got to choose what you want, it's your life and you've got to live it how you live it. And then once you have kids, you've got to live it like you're responsible for them as well, up to a certain point. And if you don't change your situation, then you're choosing it.
Yeah. I agree. Again, to a point, I think there are some things that are completely out of our control, but certainly the life circumstances that are within your control that you continually complain about. Yes, definitely. We can be making different choices, or certainly taking empowered action towards making change. So at least you feel like you're trying, you're doing something.
And I think we've got to look at it too. It's like, I know it sounds really corny almost, but like I said, it's your life. You've got to live it how it is. But like, every situation you're in isn't going to last forever. Like, you're not going to have a newborn forever. You're not going to have a toddler forever. You're not going to have school kids forever. It's like another chapter. So be in the one that you're in and enjoy what you can about that. And I don't think you realize that until you've gone through it and you look back and you just go, oh my God, I don't even remember that.
And the 10 years, right?
Yeah.
That is a really long time when you're in it.
Yep.
And then now that you're on the other side of it and you're like kicking all of these career goals, you wouldn't have even imagined this back then. Because there were times where you were like, what am I even going to do? What is my life going to, what is next for me? Because this was not even on the radar.
No. And we're about to have our first grandbaby. And we're just like, how did that happen? Oh my God. We're like, we just had our kids, didn't we? Like, oh my God, this is going to be crazy.
So you've gone from like the world's most unusual hammer to a beauty brand, and there was a couple of businesses in there. Yeah. So you really sometimes can't imagine or can't foresee the road ahead of you when you are stuck in kind of the wings.
Yeah. You just got to live it as it comes. Take it as you can have a plan, but plans always.
We know what happens to
plans. You can have an idea of what you want to do, but then something pops up. You're not going to say no to something. Oh no, I'm sticking to my plan. God, you miss out on too much if you do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, businesses and everything.
All right. So when you guys did found Boost Lab, you were coming in with a beauty business. Did you make a conscious decision? Because this is something that I love about you guys. Did you make a conscious decision to be irreverent in such an industry that is all about perfection and appearance, not necessarily even physical appearance, but the way the brand is positioned to be sophisticated or like grown up at least?
You're saying we're not sophisticated.
You're definitely not grown up.
Yeah, I'm never going to grow up.
Your products are aimed towards more mature women generally. You are your niche market. Excuse me. You are your niche market.
Yeah.
And you are so fun. All of your marketing, your social media is fun. I mean, your branding and stuff is all beautiful, but your social media marketing is all really irreverent. Did you intentionally position yourself that way, or did it kind of just happen?
We didn't sit down and go, let's be irreverent with what we're doing. I think that it's kind of who we are, and it just came through, and it has popped up in previous businesses where you just kind of go, let's just have some fun with this and let's just do something a bit different. And the idea when we first started Boost Lab was to try and make skincare simple and understand, not simple as in the product, but as in making it easy to understand, still offering really good product, good ingredients, but not be ingredient led. So whatever your concern is, we can fix that for you. Not we've got vitamin C in it, we've got vitamin B3 in it, we've got vitamin A in it. Because I got skincare and I understood a lot of what these things were. I was still confused about it because getting older and menopausal and all that sort of thing, my skin was changing. I needed different things, but I didn't want to research all the products and, oh, that's vitamin C. What do I use that for? So we went with concern-led. We tried to make it simple. We tried to keep it cost-effective because some products out there are really effective. They're also freaking expensive.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, because vitamin C out there that's $250.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Take your kidney and your firstborn child.
And that bottle lasts a month if you're using it properly. Like, no, sorry, I'm not doing that. Not many people out there can do that. So we wanted to make it really understandable. We wanted to talk to a market that feel like they're often overlooked when it comes to skincare. Like, as a 50-year-old, you go to Mecca. I don't want to be told by a 22-year-old what I should be using on my face. Okay, they might have all the training in the world, but they don't have the experience.
You mentioned, perimenopausal and then coming into this era, the new chapter that we're in of being women of a certain age.
That's it.
How has the perimenopause journey been for you?
Look, I feel like one day you ask me that question and I'll say, look, it was pretty okay for me. Another day you ask me that and I'll go, I don't want to talk about I hate everybody. Yeah, don't talk to me about I hate everybody. I think it's so exciting where we're at now that people are talking about it. People like Naomi Watts and Halle Berry, and we've got people like Dr. Fatima Khan here, Dr. Mary Claire Haver in the US, Tamsin Fidel. I mean, you guys can look up all these people. They are, it's literally a movement, and they are so passionate about making menopause all the information easily accessible, talking about it so that there's no stigma attached to it. So the generations that are coming after us, mate, it's going to be so much easier.
What did you know?
I knew nothing.
Yeah.
I had a medical hysterectomy at 48, and my gynecologist did not even say to me, you may go into early menopause because of this. You might need estrogen, or you should, not even might need, he should have said to me, you will need estrogen, maybe need testosterone, progesterone, why was I sitting in a gynecologist's office being told I needed a hysterectomy but not being given any information on menopause? That absolutely boggles me now. And it actually makes me really angry that happened. I had to educate myself. I had to arm myself with as much information as I could. Google is fantastic. I know it's not great for everything, but for getting information and even just where to find information. Googling it and then read this book, listen to this podcast. Yeah, there's so much information out there. It's up to us to inform ourselves.
How did you feel about having a hysterectomy?
I was okay because it was like I'd had years and years of drama, and for me it was absolutely necessary.
Drama and painful periods,
like heavy, and I was bleeding for 10 days. And my cycle was getting shorter and shorter as well. So
you were just bleeding
half my life.
Yeah,
half my life. And not nice either, heavy. And I just I had a
How was that experience for you?
Having the hysterectomy, or
the lead up to it. I imagine the hysterectomy was somewhat of a relief.
It was. That was what it was. It was a relief.
So how was it when you found yourself you were bleeding so prolifically? Was there pain with it? Like what was
always heavy.
I just feel heavy. How
it
long
is.
did you live like that?
So it had sort of been off and on for about 15 years, and I could have these things called an ablation where they burn the lining of the uterus, which was working up until a certain point, and then they go, we can't keep doing this. This is basically your only option. So a lot of people are treated for that with the ablation, also with IUD. I couldn't have that. Just all different things led to this is what we have to do. They do try and leave your ovaries, which they did for me, so that you go through a more natural menopause. But they wait and reserve that decision until they're in there and go, yeah, they look healthy. And then they'll leave them if they're healthy. And that is supposedly helps you go through menopause more naturally, which I guess it did, because I don't know what the alternative was.
Yeah, sure.
It wasn't until I started educating myself, and I don't even know how that really began. I maybe was fed something on Instagram about menopause. I thought, oh, this looks interesting. Dr. Mary Claire's book on menopause literally changed my life. I tell everyone to read that book. And she armed me with the information that I then went to my GP and said, I want to be on estrogen. I think I need testosterone. I understand, and which was good too. And then my GP, who was about my age and had been through menopause as well, kind of, oh, I'm going to read this book as well. And it's not the GP's fault. And it's actually not even the gynecologist's fault, although I think they should be more informed than a GP. They don't get the education that they should be getting.
Is it not their responsibility, knowing that there is so much more information, there is so much more research coming out now, is it not their responsibility to be looking into it? Oh, hey, babe. Hey, how are you?
Feeling lonely.
Is it not their responsibility? This is going to be interesting.
Sorry,
hang on. Hold that thought. Is it not their responsibility? On your bed. On your bed. Go on. On your bed. Is it not their responsibility, somewhat at least, to stay up to date with the times? Like my hairdresser stays up to date with the latest hair stuff.
Yeah.
You know, should it not be, as new things come through, then they get, sent the information and decide whether I've got so many friends who are going to the GP saying, I want estrogen and progesterone, testosterone, whatever. And their doctors are saying, you're too young.
So they're being gaslit, basically.
You're too young.
Yeah.
And I started perimenopause when I was easily 42, 43. I'm now 49. I'm still in it.
Yep.
So, my friends who are late 40s, early 50s, again, they're getting gaslit. Exactly.
It's really easy to play the blame game. And I'm not blaming the GPs or anything like that. It's more the education system, and it's more the years ago, the whole HRT, and I'm talking like 25 years ago.
Bogus studies.
And it was
everything into it.
And the way that it was read and interpreted, and that just threw everybody off that, the whole HRT journey that could have just made such a difference to people. It was kind of like scaremongering. It is getting better, and I think they're getting more education. We just need people.
Also, the products are different. The hormones are different.
Yeah.
To how they were in those days. And I think, as you say, this generation, I think social media has really
100%.
Put so much more information into people's hands and made everyone so much more aware. And this is going to be the generation that changes it.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so you had your hysterectomy and everything you cruised from then?
Oh, I felt like a different person.
Wow.
I really did. But still at 48, not understanding what perimenopause was, didn't even really know what it was, or even what menopause was, because we just didn't talk about it. Like, you go out for a glass of wine with your girlfriends, we don't talk about menopause. Like, your parents don't talk to you about it, especially your mums don't talk about it. It's just, I don't know. And then I still go, how did I look back at some of the symptoms that I had and go, oh my God, that was a menopausal symptom. But I also didn't get it. And I think I was going through a lot of changes in my life at the same time which is what happens to so many women. Like these days, women are menopausal. They have teenagers, which I didn't have teenagers. I know. Apparently I'm seeing that everywhere. So
Send help.
So I'm menopausal. All my kids have moved out of home, which is massive. For anybody, like one of your kids moves out, it's like, oh my God. And then all three, like within probably a 12, 18-month period, move out. Just so many things were changing in my world that I thought, oh, maybe I'm just emotional because of that. This is going on, all sorts of things, not even thinking for a minute that it's menopause. And then all those things sort of slow down. And I look back at it now and go, oh my God, it was menopause. It was this. And then you look at, oh my God, you look at the list of symptoms and most people go, oh yeah, hot sweats, the hot flushes, moodiness, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, I now know that my itchy feet that I get at night is a menopausal symptom. Me sitting there scratching my ears, going like this because I've got itchy ears. Just things like that, like the hair loss, the changes in the skin, which was partly why we started Boost Lab.
Because you needed the product to help your skin. I had this incredible self-esteem drop.
Okay.
I also know now, so at 42-ish, I had frozen shoulder. That is a perimenopause symptom.
Yep.
I didn't know until the other day. Oh, I did too.
I had a crack in my tooth and someone said to me, that's menopause, something to do with your changes in your mouth and all that sort of thing. I don't understand it. I'm not going to pretend to understand it. But I went to my dentist and he said something, oh, you've got a crack in your tooth, blah, blah, blah. And I went, oh, the joys of menopause. And he goes, what? And I went, it's a symptom of menopause. No idea what I was talking about. And I said, you need to Google menopause and teeth and dentistry and all that sort of stuff because it's a thing.
Wow.
No idea.
Well, we really get the short end of the stick, don't we?
We're doing something about it. We're trying. We're really trying to do something about it.
And I mean, again, not a doctor, but I cannot speak more highly of HRT and testosterone as a combo.
Yep.
Plus, the supplements. Arm yourself with information.
That's it.
Listen to the experts.
Yep.
Go and chat to your doctor. If they don't listen to you, go and find another one.
Yep. That's it.
Definitely.
And you know what's really good too? Chat GPT.
So is.
Pop in there what you're taking, what your symptoms are, and it will spit it out. And I'm not saying it's going to replace your doctor, but then you can go to your doctor armed with some information. I feel like this is a menopause symptom. And then you can't be gaslit if you've done a bit of your own information.
Yeah.
Like women.
Absolutely. You take the information to them and
Women before us went to their doctor and took what their doctor said as gospel. We've got so much more access to good information. Like doctors are writing books about menopause. That's what we should be reading.
Yeah. That's so empowering.
Yep.
It's so empowering. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was a tangent, wasn't it? Okay.
A good one though.
Yeah, very good one. Powerful one. Oh, we're going for time. Good. Okay. So, back to irreverence in your brand and even in your life with Craig. As this amazing couple who are like, so we're out so supportive of each other and
it's luck. Sometimes stuff like that's luck. I mean, of course you have to work on everything.
Yeah, relationships. You guys have been together for a very long time and that takes more than luck.
Yep.
That kind of the partnership and enduring relationship going through, health issues. Craig's had some health issues as well in his time. You've had business issues. You've had all sorts of things.
Everything.
That does not equal smooth sailing in a relationship. How have you maintained then, I guess, your sense of humour?
God, if you don't laugh, you're going to cry sometimes, aren't you?
Yeah. Sometimes you can do both at the same time.
I've been known to do both at the same time. I just don't think we can take anything too seriously. I mean, of course there's serious issues that come up and you have to, But it's, I don't, like, why? Like, we just got to lighten up a little bit. I really think we do. We get one chance at doing this. Have some fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a mindset, really, to be able to remember that, everything is not life and death, and we got one opportunity, we got one chance in this nap time anyway. There's doing so much reading right now about all sorts of things to be like, but we'll just stick to this lifetime, this conversation. Have there been any suggestions that have come forward from your team that have been too ridiculous, or you were like, oh my God, this is going to be too silly, but it's turned out to be?
I hate when they make me think. Even yesterday, it was like, come on, Lisa, we're going to do a dance. And I went, no, we're going to do a video. And I went, what are we doing? This is always, what are we doing? We're just going to do a little dance. And I went, okay. I was so busy yesterday, I didn't get to do the little dance. On purpose. I hate doing the dancing. Anyway, they know that.
Loves the
oh my God, it's
dancing.
so
Love the dancing.
stupid. But it's fun. Like, it's fun.
As the fun face of the brand, was there ever a time where you felt like you were like just the fun face and Craig was the brains?
Well, that's kind of how it is.
Yeah, but not the just. Right through the just.
No.
Right?
No. I'm not just the fun face.
No, but was there ever a moment even where you were like, this, what I'm bringing to this is so different to what he's bringing? And did you have to have that just conversation with yourself?
Look, sometimes I look at how hard he works. Like I don't know, people know he's the CEO, so he runs the business. The stuff that he does, I say to him, I go, oh my God, how do you do this? I'd hate to look inside your head. I don't know how you do this. And then he looks at me and goes, I don't know how you do what you do. I couldn't do what you do. So it's kind of that.
So after dinner, he goes and does his 2 hours of emails and you learn the choreography that the girls
God. I know, I sit there and check the Facebook group and answer all the questions. And so it's just different. Look, he's always making sure that I understand the value of what I'm doing in the business.
Oh my God, he really is amazing.
Yeah, he is.
I love Craig. He's so nice.
Sorry, he's taken.
I have a good one. I have a very good one.
I know you do.
But I think when we hear about good dudes doing great things with their partner and being great partners, in professional sense, in every sense of the word, it's really affirming, because I think I hear a lot of the other, and it's really easy to fall into the idea that it's always me, it's so I love hearing that. You feel valued.
100%. 100%. Yeah, no, he has a great amount of value and respect for what I do in the business. Probably more than I do.
I was about to say, did you have to catch yourself up with
Probably, and I still do. I still do.
What does the voice say to you sometimes?
I just, I see him doing spreadsheets and investment and cost of goods and copy, things that he does. I was like, I've got to hate spreadsheets. I can think of nothing worse, unless it's a holiday that I'm planning. I'll do a spreadsheet for a holiday.
That's organised.
Yeah, I have to. But we're just doing it. We're just doing it.
Yeah, great. And you really are doing it. You guys, you've just launched in the UK. The brand is just getting bigger and bigger. Your dance moves are going international, baby. So,
God, we're dancing across the London Bridge.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Amazing. You are off to the UK shortly.
Yeah, I saw the content plan yesterday, our schedule for the 3 weeks and the content plan. I'm just like, oh my God. So it's going to be
great. It's exciting. It's exciting times.
It's going to be really good.
You guys have built this from the ground up, literally, and managed to love each other all the more through it. Whereas this kind of thing, this is the stuff that really, really tests relationships. for all of the reasons that we've talked about,
Yeah.
for feeling like someone is, you know, responsible for more, or someone is not doing enough, or someone is leaving you behind, or all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But it seems like you've got a really, really healthy attitude and really healthy mindset
Yeah.
and a healthy love of whiskey.
We do. We all love a little whiskey at the end of the night.
Yeah. You mentioned a moment ago your philosophy of what you don't change, you are choosing. How does that show up in your own life?
Oh, just like everywhere, like where you live, what you do day to day. So I'm really slack at going to the gym. Like I want to be fitter and I want to be healthier, but by not changing what I do, I'm choosing to not be healthy and as fit as I can be. It's as simple as that. And you can put that into pretty much every part of your life. So I'm basic, and that's a really harsh truth, and that I'm hurting myself by doing that. I'm choosing to not be as healthy and as fit as I can be because I'm not going to the gym. As soon as I change that, then I'm choosing to be healthy and fit. So
Is that something on the radar for you?
oh, look, I've got a gym membership. It's not working for me very well.
Like 80% of Australia are there. There's
exactly.
There's a lot of gym memberships. They're making a lot of money from gym memberships that aren't being used.
I walk a lot. I do. I know I need to do weights. Everything I read, I've got to do weights. I love yoga. So I do that once or twice a week, but I do have to get into doing some weights. And I know that.
Yeah, I was listening to Dr. Marie Claire talking to Brené Brown on an older Unlocking Us podcast. We'll link to all of these things that we've referenced in the show notes. But they were talking about heavy lifting via perimenopausal bones.
Yeah.
And it is boring.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is.
Yeah.
But knowing that it's so important as we age.
And I'm not doing it to have cut arms so I can wear a sleeveless shirt or anything
Cut
like
arms,
that.
there's nothing wrong with
No, I
guns.
know, but that's not what I'm doing
No,
it
of
for.
course not.
I'm doing it so I can carry my own groceries.
So you
when
can
I'm
lift
80.
up your grandchild that's on its way.
That's it. And I can walk down the street confidently and not look old and frail, because then you become a target. So you've got to think about all this sort of stuff. So
Yeah, absolutely. It's not about the bikini body anymore, is it? It's about the
about being
body that
strong.
they can continue to like stand up, sit
Yeah.
down, and even if you're a little bit creaky around the edges, I do everything with a sound effect.
Yep. That's it. And it's just like I do try and add things into my day when I see them on podcasts and things like that. And like just a couple of little simple things, like I try and brush my teeth with my left hand instead of my right hand. It's just that brain connection, and like you're doing your meditation and how good that is for you, and just little things like that, like stand on your tippy toes while you're brushing your teeth, or the kettle's boiling, or do some body twists while
I'm seeing a biomechanic right now for some issues I got with stability, and I'm quite good at yoga, Pilates, 1 foot. Closing your eyes and standing
So
on
hard.
I'm priceless.
so hard. And
5 seconds is like my absolute max.
you should try and get to, I think it's 10 seconds with your eyes closed, standing on your tippy toes or on one leg.
So hard.
It is.
Who knew?
Yeah, exactly.
And it must be to stand on something unstable as
Yeah.
well, like, like a couple of cushions or whatever. So it's like, I'm
ball.
hopeless. Oh, forget it.
And just things like I try not to, and I'm not saying to do this if you are, like if you need to hold onto the handrail, don't use the handrail. Use your core strength and your body to walk up and down stairs. Just do all those little things. Dr. Michael Mosley, oh my God, can't believe he's gone. But
Such a shame.
he had a book, I think it was called Just One Thing or something like that. It's like add one thing to your day or your routine, or take something away that's not serving you, that sort of stuff. Love that book.
So if you were to take one thing away, what would you take away?
From you today?
No.
I was going to say, I love that you're meditating every day.
Yeah, okay, you can take that away. But if you were to take one thing away from your life, what would that be?
Have fun with it.
Yeah,
Just have
stress it
fun.
too much.
Oh my God, I don't think, and it's funny, the podcast I listened to on the way down here was about stress. and there's different types of stress. So there's stress that's good for you and stress that's bad for you. And you don't stress about something if it's not important to you. I think I was saying to you, I don't care that the water's cold in the ocean because it's not stressing me because I'm not going in the ocean. Things like that. You only stress about things that are important to you, like with imposter syndrome.
So if you were to give one thing up today, it would be stressing unnecessarily about things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if I was to give one thing up today, it would be, oh,
Oh, she's got one.
I suddenly had so many. Trying to control things that are out of my control.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or worrying about things that
Yeah.
are out of your control.
Yeah. So much energy wasted. If that energy was like going to the gym, we would be at the gun show already.
But those things are what happens at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Of course.
They don't happen at 8 o'clock in the morning when you've got time, whenever you've got time to go to the gym.
Yeah.
They happen at 3 o'clock in the morning. You start stressing about things that are stupid. Oh my God, I said that yesterday. Should I have said that? Or should I have said it differently? No one cares.
No, not as much as you do. Not as much as you do. So if there is somebody listening who maybe does minimize themselves and they notice that they use that word, that 4-letter word, if they do say, I'm just this, or I'm just, even in emails, sometimes I'm just checking in, I'm just whatever. If you, what would you say to someone who is using that word or is minimizing themselves? How do we break habits like that?
Just as simple as removing that word. You type an email and you read it back before you send it. Take that word just out. And the way you will be perceived will be different, and the way you feel about what you've said will be different as well. You've got more confidence in what you're saying. Like, I'm just checking. I'm checking. You've got more confidence in
Hear it immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really does feel
So simple.
And what about advice on how to not take life too seriously? Because life is serious business.
It is. Of course it is.
How do you keep your sense of humour? How do you keep your sense of, I guess, lightness and irreverence in the face of how difficult things can be?
I've stopped watching the news, which I think's helped a lot.
Me too. Me too.
Oh my God, there's just, and look, I'm not trivializing all the crap that's going on in the world. Absolutely
Shocking.
not.
That's why I have to stop.
Yeah, I don't want to take that on, like things that don't affect me or that I have got no effect on. And some people do have an effect on what is going on. I don't. Like, I don't have an effect. Like, I cannot affect what's going on in the Middle East. I don't care what anyone says. That I can't. If I protest or I support,
I don't know enough about it.
Absolutely.
And it is hundreds of years of history.
That's it.
I know I have an opinion on it. I think it's awful. Absolutely. But seeing it all the time, it was very detrimental. It is very detrimental to
what stresses me
mind.
too is what we're seeing.
Yeah.
How do we know that what we're seeing is being reported properly? Like, that's why I've stopped watching the news, because I don't like that we're not getting the full picture. And
Also knowing that, what we're seeing is so horrific, and it is, no matter where you stand in what's going on in a global political stage, what we're seeing is so much more intense than years gone by previously. So I think that is an assault on our nervous system.
Absolutely.
And I understand people who feel that we absolutely have a responsibility to see it, to honour it.
That's it.
And I also will honour my own need to not see it because of the way that it impacts my nervous system.
And I'm not being ignorant to it or trivializing people that do want to get involved or have a voice. I just struggle that the information we get, and I'm talking from both sides of politics, from anywhere around the world, and the more if you think you have an opinion on something, the more you look at that is what you're fed on your socials and all that sort of stuff. and you're missing out on maybe another side. I love hearing someone else's opinion that's different to mine. Like, I'm very staunchly Gen X, like that. It's in my blood. It's ingrained in me. I love working with the different generations, Gen Z and all that sort of thing, because I love hearing what they think and the way they go about things, because it's completely different. Like, we've all got to be open to other stuff around us. But yeah, I just stopping watching the news has really made me.
Excellent.
If it's that important, someone will tell me.
So I love it. So Lisa Schweigh's tips for happy living:
Stop watching the
news, HRT, lift heavy, laugh at yourself, and just a little tipple of whiskey at the end of the night.
Perfect.
On weekend nights.
Summed me up very well.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming and talking about the big stuff today.
Thank you.
We went to lots of places.
Yep.
I think you're awesome.
Thank you,
And I look forward to maybe talking more big stuff with you another time.
Great. Love it. Cool. Done. Oh.
Lisa's story challenges one of the most persistent myths about women's lives, that stepping back means stepping out. Her journey from stay-at-home mother to international founder of a beauty brand wasn't despite her choices, it's because of them. I've got a couple of thinking points for you. And firstly, how might the language you use to describe yourself be secretly undermining your confidence? Lisa's revelation about removing just from her vocabulary wasn't semantic, it was seismic. The shift from I'm just at home with the kids to I'm at home with the kids changed not only how others heard her, but how she heard herself. So what words are you using that might be making you smaller than you actually are? Don't diminish yourself. And the second point is, what if your constraints are actually creating freedom? What if your constraints are actually creating your freedom or the pathway towards it? Lisa's unwavering commitment to her family didn't limit her business choices. It was like a season, okay? And it became the foundation that allowed her to take creative risks later. When you're crystal clear about what you absolutely won't compromise, everything else becomes this experimental territory. Her irreverence in business isn't reckless. It's the natural expression of someone who knows exactly what matters the most. This conversation reminds us that the most confident people aren't those who take everything deathly seriously. They're those who know precisely what deserves their serious attention, leaving them free, I guess, to approach everything else with humor and irreverence and authenticity and joy. Sometimes the thing that we think might be holding us back can actually be the thing that is setting us up for whatever is next to come, but we just can't see that picture yet. Sometimes you really do need to trust in the journey. With that, thank you very much for listening to Big Stuff. I'll see you soon.